Hello, lovely learners. This is the day the Lord has made, and we ought to rejoice and be glad in it. We thank God for another wonderful day for us to continue with our virtual learning. Now, please help me to acknowledge our dear headmistress, who is really making effort for you to enjoy the videos for the various topics or the various subjects we are learning. I'll urge you to remember her when you go on your knees, and also the management, and not forgetting the teachers. Make sure that you say 1 or 2 prayers for us. Now let's continue with our virtual learning for today. Now we are continuing with machines, and this is Jhs Two-Science. And I'm still your teacher, Mr. Samuel Yeboah. Now today we are looking at some tools or devices used to maintain machines and their uses. We will also look at some calculations under machines. We're going to look at efficiency, how we can calculate the efficiency of a machine, how we can calculate for the work done, the power, and also energy. Now, in our previous lessons, we were able to talk about various ways of maintaining machines, how to maintain machines or caring for machines. Now, today we are continuing with some tools or devices which can be used to maintain those machines. And you know, always at the end of every lesson, we are expecting to achieve something, and that is our objectives or the aim for the lesson or for the day's lesson. So I will continue to urge you to stay focused so that by the end of the lesson, you should be able to list some tools or devices used to maintain machines and their uses as well. And finally, you should be able to perform some calculations under machines, that is calculating for work done, power, energy, mechanical advantage, velocity ratio, and efficiency of a machine. So this is what we are expecting to achieve at the end of this lesson. Now to move on with our core points for the day, we are looking at the various tools. We have pliers. Pliers are used for cutting or bending or pulling thin wires. And this is an example of a plier, or this is a plier. This plier is used for cutting or bending or pulling thin wires. We also have spanner or the wrench. This is for tightening or loosening bolts and nuts of machine parts. We also have hammer, and this is another type of hammer which is used for fitting parts and also breaking apart of objects. This is hammer for fitting parts and breaking apart of objects. We also have the screwdriver. We have different types. We have the screw type, and we have the flat or the star. We have the star type of screwdriver, and we have the flat type of the screwdriver. What is the function of this screwdriver? It's for tightening, loosening screws. We also have chisels or the metal chisels. This chisel is for cutting metals, and not only metals. We have chisels for under woodwork. We also have chisels under block work. Now we also have tester. This is a tester, and this is used by electricians or technicians for testing the electrical current in a component or in a circuit or wiring circuit. That is tester. We also have another device which is grinding machine. We have grinding machine which is used for grinding or cutting grinding or sharpening cutting tools. That is what? Grinding machine. Very good. Now let's look at some calculations and machines. How we can calculate the efficiency. How we can also calculate the work done, power, and the rest, and machines. So we are doing a bit of mathematics here, and this is where you need to apply your mathematics in order to solve the following questions. Now let's note something. Efficiency, this is the mathematical expression for efficiency. Efficiency is giving us work output times work input times 100%, which means that efficiency is expressed in percentage. So we have the work output over work input times 100%. In our previous lessons, I explained what the work output is and the work input. Now, over here we have work input. W stands for work output, work. So work output is giving us load times the distance load moves. We also have the work input expression as effort times the distance effort moves. Efficiency again can be expressed mathematically as mechanical advantage over the velocity ratio. That is the efficiency. Now please, when you see VR, I don't think it's water region. VR means velocity ratio. And velocity ratio can also be expressed as the distance effort moves divided by or over the distance load moves. And MA or mechanical advantage is also expressed mathematically as the load over the effort. Now let's quickly look at some examples here. So we have the first example or question 1. Say a man whose mass is 90 kilograms walks up a flight of stairs in 7 seconds. When you see small s here, it means seconds. You know, time is measured in what? Seconds, hours, minutes, days, and the rest. But the smallest unit of time is what? A second. So within 7 seconds, a man with this weight, that is 90 kilograms, walked up a flight of stairs. Now, if the distance covered is 8 meters, calculate A, the weight of the man. So this one, remember, this is just the mass of the man. Now A, you have to find his weight or to calculate the weight of the man. And B, the force exerted by the man. You know, as the man walks, he exerts some pressure or force on the stairs. So you have to find the force exerted by the man. And see the work done. Because when you walk, work is done. When you are eating, work is also done. And I asked you in our previous lesson that when you are sleeping, is work done or not work done? Okay, so as the man walks, some work is being done here. So you have to find the work done by the man. And D, you have to find the rate at which the work was done. And when we talk about the rate, we are referring to what? The power. The power at which the work was done. Now, take acceleration of free fall, that is acceleration due to gravity, to be 10 meters per second squared. That is the acceleration. Well, when you are moving, trying to move upstairs or upwards, there's a force that exerts, or there's a force that takes place, and that is the acceleration of free fall or gravity. Now, let's look at our calculation or solution. Now, in science, when you are given calculation questions like this, you come out with your data or the key information in the question. We are talking about the mass, so M is equal to 90 kilograms here. We have what? The time being what? 7 seconds. We have the distance covered, which is indicated as small d. and this is also 8 meters. So we have our information here, and remember the acceleration due to gravity, or J, small j, is also giving us 10 meters per second squared. Now in science, you make sure that you write your unit. Your unit is very important. Now to proceed with the calculation. A, what are we calculating for? We are calculating for the weight of the man. And weight of a man is expressed as weight W is equal to the mass times the acceleration due to gravity or free fall. So it can be small a or small g. Let's maintain the small g. And this is equal to W is equal to, what is the mass? 90 kilograms times the acceleration of free fall, which is 10 meters per second squared. And this gives us 900. And the unit for weight is what? That is Newton. Big N. So this is our weight, or the weight of a man. Now let's look at the B part of the question. You have to find the force exerted by the man. And you know, force exerted is the same as the weight of the man. Therefore, if the weight of the man is equal to, so force is equal to the weight of the man, and the weight of the man is 900 newtons, and therefore the force exerted is also 900 newtons. Now, what is the next question here? We have to find the work done by the man. Now, over here, what is the mathematical expression for work done? Work done is equal to work done WD, or W is equal to force times the distance moved by the man. So F times D, or small f times D, which is equal to, now the force is what? 900, and times what? Times the distance moved by the man, or the distance covered by the man, which is what? 8 meters. And this gives us a total of, we have 5,600. And what is the unit for work done? Work done and energy, the unit is the same, which is joules. So we have our total work done to be 5,600 joules. Don't forget your unit. Now let's look at the last part of the question. What are we calculating for? We are calculating for the rate at which work is done, and that is the power. So the power is equal to the rate at which work is done, or power is equal to work done over time taken to perform the work. And so work done here is 5,600 joules, divided by the time taken, which is 7 seconds. So when you divide this goes here 1, it goes into 5,600, 800 times, and this gives 800 watts, and that is the unit for power. The unit, or the SI unit for power, is watt or wattage. I hope you have understood this simple calculation. Now let's quickly consider another question. Okay, let's consider another question. Since we are running out of time, so I'll give a simple question and you try your hands on it at home. Now consider the following question, or the question here. A force of 25 newtons. So let me guide you with the data. A force of 25 newtons was used to lift a load through a distance of 6 meters. So distance is equal to 6 meters. In 30 seconds, that is the time. So T is equal to 30 seconds. Now, what are we calculating for? What are we looking for? We say, calculate the power. You are to determine or calculate the power involved in this activity. So power here, you already know that power is equal to work done over time. So I'll leave you with this question. Make sure you calculate it for me. Now, our next lessons, I'm going to ask you for the result or for the answer. Now, this is where time will permit us to end our lesson for today. I hope you've been able to achieve our objective. At least you know some tools and their uses, or tools that are used to maintain machines and their uses. And also you've been able to perform a simple calculation under machines. God willing, when we meet again, we are going to look at the efficiency, the work output, and the rest. Continue to observe the safety protocol and continue to stay safe so that you all live together and you all meet once again. God bless you and bye-bye for now.